So today I was reflecting on the parable of the prodigal son. And you probably know this. There's so many good lessons that Jesus can teach us through this amazing parable, on forgiveness, on repentance, on compassion, and many other things. But today kind of hit me a little bit different. Today what I saw was a young man that he believed that he had to figure it out, right? The young son. That he believed that equipped with the Father's blessings, the material wealth, and the blessings of the Father, right? What He's given him, or what He can give him, right? Equipped with that's what he needed, that he can figure it out life on his own and be able to find purpose and meaning and success in life apart from the Father with the blessings from the Father, right? That's what he did, right? He wanted the inheritance to go away, to do his own thing. And then, as you know, he failed miserably, terribly. It wasn't until he was eating with pigs that he realized, oh my God, I made a mistake. And that was kind of the lesson for me today as I was reflecting on that parable. I wasn't even reading the Bible. It just came to my mind as I was reflecting and thinking about God, family and friends. And like the main topic, at least today, was like repentance. Because sometimes we get confused and think that we have truly repented, but we're still in the same circumstances. And that is not repentance. That is more like feeling sorry for yourself that you have made mistakes and that you have landed in terrible circumstances. That's what sometimes we do, thinking that we have repented. Because repentance is, changing of the mind. But if you have not taken any action, if that change of mind does not propel you, does not propel me into start doing something different, then we have not really repented. And I can tell you from my own personal experience that it wasn't until I realized, man, I am being arrogant and I have distanced myself from God. I got to change something now. And I began my walk. I began, changing my habits, like actually something tangible. And I think sometimes we fall into that, into that cycle that we know we've messing up. We know our decisions are not the best. We know that the way we view the world, that we view ourselves, the way we define success, the way that we relate with one another, the way that we relate with God, that they're all not producing the results or at least the satisfaction, fulfillment that we know is out there that God has for us. And then we think we have repented, but we haven't, because we have not done anything different. We have not changed anything at all. We keep thinking the same way. And that's why the story of the parable of the prodigal son came to me, because I was reflecting on this. Because the son, right, he was eating with pigs. We don't know. And again, this is Jesus' story. Again, this is God in the flesh trying to communicate to us some very important principles of the workings of the kingdom of heaven. So, and he does that by stories. So he was eating with pigs, right? He had to go all the way down that far to realize, okay, I got to change something. I got to do something different. And that's repentance right there. Because then he got up and then he started walking like that walk of shame of realizing, you know what? I am messing up. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to walk back to my dad and tell him I was wrong. And that's sometimes the hardest thing for us to do, is to accept, listen, I was wrong, like terribly wrong. So I'm not sure what are the circumstances in your life that are, making you think that, man, life is not going the way that God really wants for me. I am praying, I am reading the Bible, I'm doing all these quote unquote right things, but nothing is changing. Ask yourself, have you done anything different? Have you accepted? Have you gone and truly repented and come to God and confess that, God, I have made terrible mistakes. I am wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. You have given me many blessings, my health, my life. And I don't know what other blessings you have, but I'm sure if you're watching this video, you have a lot of blessings. But we're squandering these blessings thinking that we can do it on our own. We think we can trust the world, trust the new age spirituality, these new teachings and new lessons that don't lead to anywhere, that just drive you deeper and deeper into a darker hole. So my word to you, and this is again from my own experience, is there's something that you must change and accept that you have made a mistake, that you are wrong, and come to God in true repentance and see what can you learn and what can God do for you as you come back home in true repentance and take action. There is something that you can do that's actually practical, tangible, an action after repenting. Because the prodigal son, that story, he did not just lay there with the pigs and lay there like, oh my goodness, I messed up. I am messing up and still eating with pigs. That's what we do sometimes. We have a intellectual realization that we have, put ourselves in terrible circumstances, but we're still eating with pigs. Okay, I'm still here, still hanging out in the same bars, still drinking, getting drunk, still smoking weed, still defining success the way that, you're doing it right now, not appreciating your life, your family, and so on. Something has to change. You got to take a step. That's all I got. That was my reflection. I just want to share it with you guys. Hopefully you found this valuable. If you did, share it with somebody else. God bless you. Bye.